Welcome to Eaches of Grandma, where old memories still breathe and stories never truly fade. I am 82 years old now. My hands tremble when I pour my tea, and my voice isn't as strong as it once was. But my memories are clear, too clear sometimes. People think growing old is the hardest part of life. It isn't. The hardest part is remembering. And tonight, I want to tell you about the night I became a mother and the night my husband walked away. I was 22 years old, lying in a hospital bed under bright white lights that made everything feel cold and unreal. The smell of disinfectant filled the air. My body was shaking, not from fear, but from the pain that comes in waves when life is about to begin. My husband, Daniel, drove me to the hospital that night. He held my hand tightly the whole way. His palm was sweaty, and he kept saying, "You're going to be okay, Anna. I'm right here." I believed him. When the nurses wheeled me into the labor room, they told him he had to wait outside. "I'll be right here," he said, kissing my forehead quickly. Too quickly. Those were the last steady words he ever gave me. Labor is not soft or beautiful like they show in movies. It is raw. It tears through you. It makes you question your strength. I cried. I screamed. I begged God for relief. Between contractions, I kept asking the nurses, "Where's my husband?" "He's outside," they said. "Focus on the baby." Hours passed. Pain blurred everything. All I could think about was that empty space beside my bed where his hand should have been. Then, finally, I heard it. A cry. Small, sharp, alive. "It's a girl," the doctor said. "A healthy baby girl." They placed her on my chest. She was warm and trembling and perfect. Her tiny fingers wrapped around mine as if she already knew I needed her. Through tears, I smiled and whispered, "Go get Daniel." The nurse paused. It was just a second, but I remember it. She left the room. Minutes passed, then more minutes. My baby slept against me, and a strange, cold feeling began to spread through my chest. When the nurse returned, she wouldn't look at me. "Mrs. Harris," she said softly, "your husband stepped out." "When will he be back?" I asked. She hesitated again. "He hasn't returned." I laughed at first. I truly did. He probably went for coffee. He gets nervous. But something inside me already knew. They moved me into recovery. The chair beside my bed was empty. No flowers, no proud father, just silence. I stared at the door all night, waiting for it to open. Morning came. Daniel never did. The hospital staff tried calling him. His phone was disconnected. They contacted his job. He never showed up there either. By the second day, a social worker sat beside my bed. She spoke gently, like someone handling broken glass. "She left the hospital late last night," she said. "We don't know where he went." It felt like the air left my lungs. I had just brought life into the world, and at the same time, my world had collapsed. I went home alone with my daughter. The house felt different. His jacket still hung near the door. His shoes were still by the couch. I kept expecting to hear his key turn in the lock, but the lock stayed silent. I named my daughter Lily. She had his eyes. That hurt the most. Raising her alone was not a choice. It was survival. I worked 2 jobs. I learned how to fix broken sinks, how to change car tires, how to balance bills with trembling hands. At night, when she cried, I would hold her and whisper, "I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." I made her that promise because someone had broken it to me. Months passed, then a year. One afternoon, a letter came. No return address, just my name written in handwriting I recognized instantly. Inside were only a few sentences. "I wasn't strong enough. I'm sorry. Please don't look for me." No explanation, no address, no return. Just weakness dressed up as apology. I didn't cry when I read it. I felt something colder than tears, something final. I folded the letter and placed it in a drawer. I never answered it. Some people leave physically, others leave emotionally long before that. I realized he had been drifting away long before the hospital doors closed behind him. Years passed. Lily grew into a strong, beautiful woman. She would sometimes ask about her father. "Did he love me?" she once asked. I swallowed my pain and said, "He just didn't know how to stay." That was the kindest truth I could give her. Now I am 82. My daughter has children of her own. When I hold my grandchildren, I think about that night in the labor room, about the empty chair, about the door that never opened. Abandonment is a strange kind of grief. When someone dies, you mourn what was. When someone leaves, you mourn what could have been. But let me tell you something important. He left. I stayed. And sometimes staying is the bravest thing a person can do. I stayed through fevers and school plays, through scraped knees and broken hearts, through college applications and wedding vows. I stayed. That empty chair in the hospital no longer haunts me the way it once did. It reminds me of something else now. It reminds me that strength isn't loud. It isn't dramatic. Sometimes strength is just a young mother holding her newborn daughter and deciding in the quietest moment of her life, "I will not walk away." Thank you for listening to my story here on Etches of Grandma, where memories may be painful, they are never forgotten.